What up, fellas? This is SlothBoy494, and for the last time, I am reporting for duty. For anyone unaware, I am no longer going to be calling myself Slothboy. I will be rebranding myself soon, which I will elaborate on when that time comes. Anyway, my last commentary as Slothboy will be on KablamBandicoot-64's commentary on MrEnter. I know a bunch of other commentators like Doodle Tones, MTR, and such did commentaries on this video already, but I do have my own layout to the points of this video. Also, I was going to get this out sooner, but as you all know from my last video, I was sick. So, with all that out of the way, let's watch.
Because I like torturing myself, I decided to watch MrEnter's most recent video, his review on the annoying orange. And I couldn't make it through the first 2 minutes because it was so bad! Oh my god. Oh, he proves himself to be a hypocrite and an idiot in just 2 minutes. Oh, god.
Yeah, my god, you guys! Can't you tell how bad this video is due to my subpar and sloppy acting skills? Jesus fuck!
Let's roll the footage, or whatever footage I managed to get, because I only have 2 minutes worth, maybe less. Oh.
Hold up, you were serious when you said you only made it to 2 minutes, and you decided to commentate on it then? Also, I'd like to point out that this commentary is 11 minutes long! Are you serious? You did a commentary on 2 minutes of a video and made it 11 minutes long? I mean, say what you will about my commentary on O3 Be Good, where I made a 9-minute commentary on a 3.5-minute video, but at least I only added 6 minutes to a 3-minute video instead of 9 minutes to a 2-minute video. Or, in this case, just 2 minutes. I swear, this better have some good points, or I'm gonna murder a small third-world child.
While this didn't necessarily factor into my decision to do this review, I will say that the Annoying Orange Cartoon Network show was one of my most requested things to review, like, ever.
Your damage control is about as convincing as the damage control that the Fine Brothers used for React World. Yeah, the requests, that's the entire reason you're doing this, Enter. You're not fooling anybody.
That is not damage control, you nitwit. That's just him saying that he got a lot of requests to review the show. Damage control would be shielding yourself from criticism after a big blunder, such as making a half-assed update video to try and cover your ass from a foolish attempt made without a second thought.
Like, I'm not doing this out of a request, okay? I'm just doing it because I hate MrEnter and I think his reviews are garbage. Not because of requests. But here, come on, people were requesting you out the butthole to do this. It's pretty obvious that you're doing this because people asked you to.
That's kind of what the point of taking requests is. A lot of people request you do something and you do it due to popular demand. Yeah, your blatant superiority complex here with the whole I ain't doing this because the people's wannabe to spiel isn't working entirely in your favor because you're basically strawmanning him here by saying that he's only trying to get his fanbase to shut up, which I'm open to believe he isn't. And I hate MrEnter myself, bear in mind.
If you asked me what was the worst thing the Cartoon Network ever did, I'd say the Problem Solvers. But the biggest mistake they ever made was perhaps to put this show on the air.
So you're saying that a crappy Cartoon Network show is their biggest mistake, but them pretty much destroying their reputation for a while by airing live action? That totally wasn't their biggest mistake. Look, I get that the Annoying Orange is sort of a weird hybrid cross between live action and cartoons, but it still definitely focuses more on the animation, so I'm counting it as a cartoon. Enter, you don't make sense here, okay? It's pretty obvious that you're just biased, that you don't like this show, when you think that this was a worse mistake. An obscure show that probably no one remembers was a bigger mistake than live action, which still has people holding a grudge against Cartoon Network.
Hey, you know what? Excellent point you've made. I totally remember MrEnter saying that. I remember all the justifications MrEnter made for live-action shows. What's that? MrEnter didn't say any of that shit and KablamBandicoot is just being a condescending dickwad and claiming MrEnter said something he didn't? Well, shucks, ma, I didn't know.
No, not important.
At the time, Nickelodeon gave Fred, the most popular YouTube celebrity, a movie and his own television show. This worked out horribly. The movie was panned, the show bombed, and even the web series' reputation started heading down afterwards. For some reason, Cartoon Network wanted to rip off this brilliant move and gave a cartoon series to another rising YouTube concept.
Wait, this sounds familiar. Someone is trying to turn something that was previously available into a series. It ends up bombing, and their reputation goes down the toilet. Let's look at what happened with MrEnter himself. He takes an obscure Disney pilot, tries to make a series out of it, but I don't care if it's a fan fiction or if he took inspiration. It's a ripoff. He tries to make a series out of it. It gets panned even by his fans, and lo and behold, MrEnter's reputation has been going down the toilet. His obliviousness to reality is frightening, to say the least. Oh God, oh God, oh God. MrEnter, please retire. That is all.
You are aware that just because he's made mistakes in the past doesn't mean he's not allowed to criticize someone else who's done the same mistake but worse, right? I mean, I may not have a license, but I still know that drunk drivers are idiots who take up too much fucking room on this planet. Oh, and if you want to go the whole retirement route, your video as of this script has 43 likes and 44 dislikes. And the fact that you said you're going to make more anti-MrEnter videos, I can sense you being so critically lambasted that you'll have to leave YouTube in utter shame. I mean, take a look at me. I have like half the CC wanting my head on a plate. After this video, I'm changing my name and the style of my channel because I've decided I've had enough of the drama.
Give breadwinners this. At least the actual cartoon is animated better than the web version. Like most cartoons, this one has a theme song.
A cartoon having a theme?
Shut up!
It is absolutely terrible. I'm sorry, but your singing is just off. The lyrics are shit, and the genre is about 20 years out of date.
Wow. Just wow. You're critiquing the theme song. This is a cartoon review, not a theme song review, okay? If you were doing a top 20 worst theme songs list, okay, put this on there, critique it there.
Hey, fucktard, guess what? This cartoon happens to have a theme song. Him calling the theme song still counts as criticizing a part of the show, even if it is a minor thing to complain about. As long as it's part of the show, and it has a lot to do with the show, then he's free to criticize it as he likes.
No, not important.
Yeah, you know, most of the fruits the annoying orange has come across in his travels, their fate ends up essentially being cut to pieces by a knife in a brutal fashion. This doesn't happen to Pear because it would be a lot nicer than forcing him to live around Orange. And apparently, beating a guy when he's down is the perfect recipe for comedy.
You do realize that the majority of your videos are you trying to beat down cartoons that are bad for comedy, right? Let's be honest, Enter. In your videos, you try to make a couple jokes and a couple crackers. And how do you do this? You beat down the bad cartoons.
Fuck this, I'm grabbing a soda. Alright, let's give this another go.
Almost every single joke in the show is a pun. A terrible pun. It's terrible puns for 11 minutes, 60 episodes, which total to 2 seasons. At an average of 6 puns per minute, that's almost 4,000 puns that the show has spat out. And not one of them is funny.
As the nostalgia critic would say, this has been another pointless moment. Really, Enter? Why would we care that there are so many terrible puns in this show? Why couldn't you just say, okay, this show has a lot of bad puns, or something along those lines? I mean, you could explain why they're bad. Why would you give us such a scientific and exact calculation of how many puns there are, instead of just explaining why exactly they're bad?
Okay, 2 things. 1, stop cutting him off just to talk about how bad you think he is. We get it, he's a shitty reviewer. Everyone made this point last year. You're useless. 2, why the fuck would he need to explain why puns aren't funny? Especially since humor is a subjective concept. Also, isn't it funny how you got onto him for being too critical and now you're expecting him to explain why a fucking pun isn't funny? Yeah, who's the hypocrite here?
No, not important.
But Johnny Appleseed wasn't an apple. He was a person. And he wasn't the only person to travel around the world. These puns are awful!
Dude, you're getting your panties in a wad over a pun in a cartoon. A stupid and unfunny pun, but still. Why are you getting so worked up? Just why? Yeah, it's a pun. It's not funny. Like, what did you? It's like you didn't even get it. Did you not realize that the name Johnny Appleseed has apple in it? Yeah, it's not a funny pun, but, it's like you couldn't even see what they were trying to do.
He just explained why the pun wasn't funny, you brain-dead cocksucker!
What else have you got for me? You know with the journey plot, you're actually supposed to do things with each location? When you don't do that, it's kinda... what's the word? Oh yeah, boring!
You're screaming about a children's show being boring.
Yes, he's screaming about a children's show! He does this all the time! Like, sweet mother of fuck! How much of a dumb fuck can one person be? This video makes me want to slaughter starving African children while I rape battered puppies with torches as hip-to-be square plays in the background and David Letterman is fisting Jackie Chan! Now, Sloth. Chill out. You just had a stroke. You don't need another.
You seriously need to rethink your life. Like, look at me. I'm in school band, Spanish, and advanced English. You don't see me screaming when all of those things get boring, and you're screaming about a children's show getting boring. I'd hate to see how you did in school, Enter.
Everything is cancer! Hey, fuckface! That little complaining about pointless shit you were talking about, you're doing it right the fuck now!
Seriously, this is one question I would like to know when it comes to the logic behind all of these shows. Why do these ultra-annoying characters from any of these stupid cartoons have anyone tolerate them ever?
Sort of my reaction to why MrEnter's fanboys praise him so much. He's an annoying, egotistical, pretentious twat who has no idea and is completely oblivious to his actions. Yet people love him. I think you and the annoying orange have a lot in common, Ed.
Nobody cares! Nobody! And you need to shut up!
The web series, you're just waiting for the knife to come after him. And then when you realize it doesn't, you wonder what you're doing with your life. And then you get really depressed and... never mind.
Enter, I would like to tell you something. That's you. Like, you just admitted it, basically. That's you! The whole never mind part at the end of that sentence, basically, that combined with all of this other crap. You being a man-child who has nothing better to do than review cartoons. You have a Patreon, you never use it because the production values of your videos never change.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, we're talking about MrEnter. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I'm okay with that. Honest, I have no problem whatsoever with this video. I don't care how biased, nitpicky, and retarded this entire commentary is. I in no way want to throw a brick at this fucker's face for wasting 11 minutes of my life that I will never get back and probably going to spend doing other productive things. Yeah, I'm ending it right there since all that's left is KablamBandicoot continuing to be all MrEnter is a man shell shit. Final thoughts, 0 out of 10 get good. So, this is where it all ends. My last video as Slothboy. See you all in the reboot. Thanks for watching. Slothboy over and out.